Hello everybody, Seal here, and as you can probably hear, my insane son of a bitch father is vacuuming again for the third time today, and probably, not going to stop anytime soon, at least until he's dead. So we're back at the Darkest Dungeon. I'm super excited. This is not my usual recording day. This is actually a midweek recording. Woot woot, hump day! Yes, hump day. It is Wednesday. I did have to double check that. So, it is the Wednesday. We have a new boss, actually. We have the Siren. So, we should definitely go do that. I think Hutchris would be really good in this. I think you would be really good in this, but we need an actual, designated healer, and I don't know if we have one. Yeah, we do. We have Belden. Alright. So, yeah, this upcoming weekend we're going to be going to, you're not coming. I'm sorry. I mean, if you could come, I'd be down. Do we want Prot? No, I think we want a Gambler's Charm. No. Tenacity Ring, yeah. Fear of Beasts. That kind of sucks. Winded really sucks, but God-fearing is alright. Let's get you some extra speed. Let's swap your position. Alright. So, the reason I'm recording now, instead of my usual time, is because... Oh no, I like that. This upcoming weekend, I am going to D&D, like Pathfinder with the Crit Idiots. But it is going to be I wish he would stop the fucking vacuum. It's going to be much longer of a sesh. We are going to we're going out to one of our players' cabins. And we are going to... Oh, we don't need 4 of that. What else do we need? This. And we're going to... have like an overnight barbecue, hang out as long as you want, and then pass out there, sort of session. Which should be really fun, but I need to spend like the rest of my next 2 days prepping for that session, and I'm going to be out at my friend's, Brandon's, hanging out with him, his wife, his kids. So I'm not going to be able to work on it as hardcore as I normally do. So... And then I'm going to be going directly from their place to D&D, and then I won't be back till the day after D&D. So I know that when I get back, I'm going to be dead tired. My throat's going to be super sore, and I'm just not going to want to record, but I was going to need to, because it would be the day before Monday, and I suddenly wouldn't have anything to put up. So, to compensate for that, I don't know how this went first. Holy crap, that's amazing. We beat a speed 10. That's nuts. So, I had the idea because I have a little bit of time. Admittedly, not as much as I would like. I can do my recordings for next week today. And then I can go down and work the rest of the night away, writing things out, copying things, getting ready to go for the weekend. With the only other thing I'd need to do is, well, I don't need to do. It's just I want to play more Zelda. That's also been an issue. The only reason, the reason I uploaded only 1 video a day this week, which isn't what I wanted to do, was because I have Breath of the Wild, and just whenever I'm not, I don't have the stun on you. That is a mistake. I'm playing Breath of the Wild because the Switch is just so super convenient to just sort of take around my house wherever I am. And when my room is cool enough, I can literally just kick back and have the 2 little things in my hand and just be having a good time. Let's get that fixed. Oh, alrighty. Nothing bad, but that could have been really good. Let's get rid of that. Shift click. Yeah, torches. We have the sun rings. We want to keep our light up.
Spirits are lifted,
even if it reduces buildings damage. Also, we want to get back into the right position. Scale for me, please. I'm sorry I kept interrupting. We're gonna have a Petrus disarm. Get that extra little bit of stress relief. So, I mean, I'm not gonna turn this video into a review for Breath of the Wild, because I kind of genuinely want to do a review for Breath of the Wild. I don't really do reviews on this channel. It's basically, since I deleted my old AMVs, and yes, there were AMVs on this channel. This was originally an AMV-only channel that I made for anime music videos. Which all got like 5,000 views and whatnot. But, I wanted to turn it into a gaming channel, so I blocked them and made them private and hid them and all that shit.
The way is lit. The path is clear.
But in my old YouTube channel, which was just Selenonil, actually I think it's down here, but we're gonna go this way and double check. I used to do reviews and unboxing videos. Admittedly, less unboxing. That was really just when I got like a really cool collector's edition case that was rare or something. But I did reviews on occasion, and I've always had this idea for family-friendly reviews. And what I mean when I say family-friendly, I mean I used to work at and this is, you know, just things that nobody else really cares about. I used to work at a video game store. I used to work at a GameStop. And I was like one of those super helpful employees at GameStop. Knew where everything was, knew whatever game was about when it came out, and was just all about helping whatever customer came in have the best experience. But I realized while I was doing that job that parents just don't...
A faint hope blossoms.
Oh, I'm not going to say this about all parents, but a lot of parents just don't give enough of a shit about their children's hobbies to bother to pay attention to whether or not this thing they're buying for their kid is appropriate. And you might say, well, that's on the parents' fault. They should be better parents. And yeah, you're right, but I mean, there are ways that can help that. And I've always had the idea of doing family-oriented game reviews. Like game reviews specifically for adults coming into holiday seasons or birthdays or whatever who are buying games for their children, to sort of explain the rating. Because again, I've had grandmothers walk into the store trying to buy GTA 5 or 4 at the time, I think, for their like 11-year-old nephew. And I'm like, ma'am, I mean, I'm pretty fine with kids playing violent games because they're gonna see that violence on TV no matter what. But I mean, you do realize that in this game, you know, or it might have been Saints Row. It was Saints Row because I specifically brought up the fact that, like, in this game, one of the weapons is a giant purple dildo that you run around and beat people to death with. Are you sure this is what his grandmother needs to be getting him for his birthday? And I literally said to her, I'm like, if he was like 14, 15, I really wouldn't care, because I mean, based on the fact that his parents are just neglecting him to the point where they're telling you to do this, like this is what he wants, get him this, it probably means they aren't caring enough to monitor what he looks up online. So I mean, if he was that age, I can guarantee you he's probably into all sorts of freaky porn. I did say this to an old woman's face. But I personally would believe that, you know, this isn't a present you would probably want to get an 11-year-old based on its content. And she's like, I had no idea it had stuff like that in it. I'm like, well, on the back, it tells you, like, the age rating for this game. It tells you what's in the game that gives it that rating. Like, we're not trying to hide it from you. This isn't some conspiracy to sell inappropriate games to children. I mean, you just don't know enough to look. And so I've always, that was just one of the transactions in my life that's always really sort of spoken to me about the idea of doing family-friendly or family-themed reviews. And I know kids would hate me because I've had kids come in with their parents trying to trade in like Halo and Gears of War so they can get GTA. And I look at the parents dead in the eye. I'm like, all right, and you want to buy this for your son? And she's like, yes. I'm like, you are aware that in this game your son can buy a hooker, fuck, and then murder her? To which she goes, what? And I go, I thought so. And the kid immediately gets mad. I've had to do this with family, and I know I've told this story before, but my brother, my half-brother, who's in his 40s, much older than I am, he has 3 children, and my brother was really into video games. Really into video games, just like me. Well, I'm technically into video games like him. Whatever. He would play games all the time, but he was also away a lot for work. And his kids were always playing his console. And normally that's not an issue, because they like to play, like, Minecraft, or again, Halo. And I mean, the movies they watch with their parents are already violent enough that there's nothing in Halo that would be startling. Plus, you add in the fact that, you know, the violence is very cartoony. Blood is like bright reds and purples. I mean, Halo is a gruesome game. God damn it, I wanted to put that on Belden. I mean, that's good. I'll take it. And I mean, his parents should have an idea of what's in games, right? Sort of. But the problem is that their mother really doesn't monitor games, right? She doesn't pay attention because she just didn't care. If it wasn't a game that she personally wanted to play, and she did enjoy playing video games, it's just if it wasn't a game she didn't want, if it was a game she didn't want to play, she never cared enough to look at what was in it. So I called up, or I saw that my brother was playing Mass Effect 3, and I sent him a message over Xbox Live. I'm like, hey, I thought you were in Cape Breton. Did you bring the Xbox? And he replies, no, it's Maddie. I'm just on my dad's account playing so I can, you know, do multiplayer if I want. Which is my nephew, who at the time was like 9 years old, alright? And in Mass Effect, there's, you can fuck a lady. You can take the penis and put it in her with consent. Which, I mean, if he's going to learn about sex, you know, consensual sex that's garnered over many missions of earning someone's trust and understanding is probably the best way to learn about it. But he's 9. So I call his mother up, and well, she called us a little while later. And I was like, hey, can I talk to her? She called my mother. And I'm like, hey, you know your son's playing this game. And she's like yeah, what about it? I'm like, you do realize that game has sex and full frontal nudity in it, right? Like, you do realize that a whole part of that game, a whole thing achievements are tied to, is successfully seducing a woman or man and having sex with them, right? And he got really upset because she made him stop playing. And I explained to her, like, I don't mind him. Listen, I think our kids need to be more sexually informed at a younger age. I don't think video games are the place to do it. Unless it's an educational game built around sexual education. But Mass Effect isn't, right? Like, and also, it's not my call to think that, right? So, like, I guess what I'm saying is that I think kids need to know about sex earlier in life, for sure, so we get less pregnant 12-year-olds. They understand sex, they understand safe sex, they understand everything they need to know, and protecting themselves, they need to understand all of that. Because you never know when a kid's going to be convinced into doing something by another kid, or, heaven forbid, an adult. They need to have an understanding of how that part of the world works. And parents are terrified of that. But I also have to, as a person, respect the fact that it's not my child And even though I think that, you know, a 9-year-old playing that, you know what, honestly probably isn't an issue. Because, you know, one, he's almost at the age where he's going to be learning about all that anyways, just, you know, through porn on the internet. But it's not my place to sort of call that shit out. So, and I knew that my sister-in-law was just completely unaware that that was happening. And I just let her know. I mean, she didn't need to stop him from playing the game, but she did. That's her choice. And he got a little upset with me, and I'm like, well, Maddie, you know, there were things in that game that you really don't need to know about until you're a little bit older.
Be wary.
Like, I mean, you know, if it was just regular violence, I wouldn't mind, but I knew it was things that your mother's uncomfortable with you seeing. And his response was perfect. He's like, it doesn't matter. They all end up hating me anyways. I'm like, oh, Maddie, no. My little nephew can't get laid in a video game. I love Maddie. He didn't know how to, what options were pre-programmed to get him laid. And that is just adorable to me. I think we need to change our position a little bit for the boss. I was really hoping for the kill there. So yeah, I had this, like, this was all just a tangential bullshit based on what I wanted to say. I've always had this idea for reviews that are built around explaining to people trying to buy games what the game is rated, why the game is rated that way, and what ages this game should be appropriate based on what the parents or guardians or whatever, like how they believe their child should be exposed to. And I thought that would be a good idea, but the problem is I really can't afford every game that comes out. And I mean, putting research into it isn't the same as owning the game and playing it, I guess. Oh, who the fuck is calling me? Alright, 1 second, guys. Listen to Ocean Man while my video gets blocked. Now I have to interrupt my recording to go do shit with my mother. Oh, 1 second. The artist replied to me. I knew she would. I just need to let my guys know something. Alright. What is this? Why did these guys like send a bunch of messages together? Okay, I will read that in a minute. I need to finish this so I can go help her with the groceries or do whatever the hell she wants. Who knows? She didn't explain. But yeah, I had that idea. I still think it could be something that'll be useful to people. I mean, it was never my intention to do it because I thought it would get a lot of hits. It was just that I know a lot of people who go into the store not knowing what to buy and end up buying things that they probably wouldn't normally get their children. And I think that that's just something that people need to know about, I guess, if that makes sense.
A trifling victory,
feed.
but a victory nonetheless.
Alright, so we want to swap these two. Alright, I think everything will be fine now. Hopefully there's no fight in these alleyways so I can get this shiznit out of the way. We did actually go low on food, so I probably could have brought a little bit more with me.
Only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Yeah, of course. Hit that stress nuke. Yeah, there we go. That's actually not bad. Oh my god, I really didn't want this to be a fight. Kill the grouper. Thank you. We couldn't hit the stress nuker with it. I mean, we brought way too many medicinal herbs. I'm actually kind of bummed that that didn't pay off. I was really hoping they would. Let's pull her forward. If we pull her even one step forward, our men-at-arms can crush her. Do I have a bandage? No, I didn't think so. It's alright though, he can take a little bit of bleed. Good murder. Good teamwork, you two. Oh well. I think it would be a good idea. And I think games like Breath of the Wild would be a good place to start for that. Especially where it's a game that's already pretty family friendly. But you know, some people just want to know more, right? Or the people who don't care to know more could find an easy, like, 6-minute video that explained it to them in a way that makes them understand and makes them feel like they did something. I don't know. Could work. That's a lot of money. That is like an entire stack of gold, yeah. Stress heal. I should have put that on Patras. If I'm being 100% honest. So we're not gonna get to heal much of this because we're out of food.
Gathered close in tenuous firelight.
I mean, it was alright.
An uneasy companionship.
We want to take tactics, night moves, remove disease. Does anyone have a disease right now? I don't think the snuff box can cure the Crimson Curse. If it could, I'd do it. Damn right I would. Do we have anything that protects against nighttime ambush? No. So let's... Every rose has its thorns. Into Tiger's Eye? No ambush? Oh,
secrets and wonders can be found in the most tenebrous corners of this place.
God damn it. I knew it was gonna happen, and I'm just so upset with it. Like, I knew it. I knew there was no way it wouldn't not happen. Our only saving grace is that we're all buffed to shit. Nah, really, a double crit there would have been primo. That's not good. That's also not good. Miss. Alright, don't miss. Be a huge pain in my ass. That is gonna be a lot of stress. Yeah. Kill. We need to heal though. We're gonna be super low health for the boss fight, which is a nightmare.
Masterfully executed.
I mean, yay, but I mean, it's not gonna stop our grouper from just dropping him to death's door. And he could just die right now. Actually, he could just literally die, and if he does, we'll abandon the mission. Because if he dies, there's no way I can take on the boss with him at almost no health and no healer.
A decisive pummeling.
And he's just gonna die.
This expedition at least promises success.
Be buffed. Here comes the death. Oh.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Good dodge. I still think we're probably gonna end up dead. And again, if one of them dies, I'm just gonna bail on the fight. Our only saving grace would be if she allures him first, after he gets one round to heal. And this finale crits. Damn it. It's never a crit. There's the crit though. Miss. Oh, those tits though. She was a very pretty waif. I'm not calling her that. That is what she was referred to as in the cutscene. Heal yourself. Don't give yourself bleed. Alright, well he's off death's door. Which is good. But we don't actually have a stun to knock the protection off of this guy. Aw, you keep dodging that, you sick son of a bitch. How on earth is he going ahead of me? Oh, she's doing it twice in one round? Oh, you resisted it. Let's bolster. Let's give the buff to everybody. Oh, we can still... No, won't hit her. But we can dot this guy to shit. We need to heal up in case she takes the guy in front, which she's constantly been trying to. Resist it. The resistance is real. Miss. Yes! Uh-oh. Oh, the misses. Set up the retribution. Spread a little bit more bleed. He's taking 8 now.
A singular strike.
He's taking 12 now. He's still alive, which is nonsense. Oh my god, another dodge. I mean, we're not going to get a situation where they dodge every one of her attacks, but if so, that would be amazing. No, there it is.
The slow death. Unforeseen.
And he's gonna go first. You better not be able to finale. Alright, good. That is still a lot of damage. We're still sort of needing to heal, which is not good. We definitely don't want to be wasting turns healing. Good retribution. Good smack. Miss again. Alright, at least it's dealing very little damage, but the bleed is constant. Ah, come on. We just need like one more lucky crit. Oh, that was like, had to have been minimum damage. You know what? Yeah, heal yourself. Good. Damn it. I really, really wanted to cut her there. Resist it. Dude, this man-at-arms is a goddamn champion. That's what he is. That's awesome. We're gonna kill her before she gets a chance to guard up. Oh, come on. 2 more damage was all we needed. Oh, the crit for the finale. That is the good shit. Sorry for the whole delay there in the center of the video. People just, you know, never leave me alone long enough whenever I try to start doing something. It was yak. I'm not a fan of that song. I just watched a lot of like top 100 and top 20 playlists in the last few days, and I have that like segment of that song stuck in my head. Not that I'm like against it to the point where I feel I need to defend it. It's just that's the reason I said it.
This is how a life
What is this? Tome of Holy Healing. Yeah. Goodbye, Splitstone. Let's get out of here. I mean, we survived that fight literally by the skin of the teeth and the hair of our nuts. Like, definitely. And I mean, we came out with 11 grand, so I think we made money for sure. That's alright. That's alright. That's good. That's good. Alright. I need to end the recording and get out of here. Oh well. It'll give me a few minutes of AC in the car, I guess.
Beneath the manor.
Oh, the Abbey is a place of reflection and now even infection. Dumbledore has gained the Crimson Curse. Alright. Well, that's garbage. Dumbledore knows the Crimson Curse. We'll deal with that next time, though, on Dragon Ball Z.